Hello, Internet. This is Matt Gilmore, and I am pleased to be here today with Dr. Janiz Minshew-Shurr of the TD Medical Spa in Dallas, Texas. Thank you very much for being here with me today.
Thank you for inviting me.
And it's a pleasure to introduce you to these people, and I want to review some of your bona fides here in case people don't know you as well as I do, okay?
All right.
You are Dr. Janiz Minshew-Shurr. You are a doctor of medicine, and you are the medical director at TD Medical Spa here in Dallas,
Correct.
Spring Valley, and the Tollway. You are a doctor of chiropractic medicine. You are certified by the National Board of Certified Examiners. And then you have got a long list of memberships here that I'm not going to recite all the way through, but I'm going to list off some of my favorite. You are a certified associate of the International College of Applied Nutrition, a member of the New York Academy of Sciences, an honored member of the Heritage Registry of Who's Who. You are over here in the International Academy of Preventive Medicine, a member of the National Academy of Research Biochemists, the International Health Awareness Network Advisory Council, which is an NGO with the United Nations.
It is.
You are with the International Academy of Science, member of the American Association of Advancement of Medicine, a member of the International Advancement of Medicine, and I've got something here also that I don't understand quite as well, IPAM?
Right, which is the International Association of Physicians for Aesthetic Medicine.
For aesthetic medicine, and then the American Academy of Anti-Aging Medicine.
Right.
And anti-aging is kind of what we're going to be talking about here today. I want these people to know about these 4 products that you've created, and I've asked you to come in, and we've made 3 videos with 3 ladies with different ages and different skin types.
Correct.
And you're going to see that. But I wanted to talk a little bit about the mythos here and how you came to create these. You talk about it a little bit in the videos, but specifically, you started out as a medical anatomy illustrator.
Correct. That's what I went to school to become.
Okay. And so how did that progress into what you ended up doing with all these memberships? And
Well, as I got into school, I was very interested. I have a double degree, undergraduate degree. I have a Bachelor's of Art, which is in art.
Okay.
I also have a Bachelor's of Science, which is in comparative anatomy.
Okay.
And I was very, very interested in biomechanics of basically how does the body work? What makes it do what it does?
Okay.
And after I got out of undergraduate and went onto a graduate level, I realized after about the first year, we're not making new body parts.
Oh, and everybody drawn the ones we have already.
Pretty much. So I realized that the next thing that I was going to be doing was be either illustrating prosthesis or illustrating surgical procedures, and I was a lot more interested in the live body mechanics as opposed to the opposite end.
Yeah, just drawing it, just being
Just
in books.
drawing it.
So that leads you into physical therapy and medicine. You were the team physician with the Olympic diving and gymnastics team.
Correct, for 2 different Olympics.
For 2 different Olympics. You were in Seoul, Korea, and Barcelona. And,
Right.
you know, I've traveled around the world, okay? I've been to Europe, and I've been a few places, and I've had friends in the military. They've been to the Middle East and some of the more exotic places. But you have really been to some of the more closed-off, inaccessible areas of the world. You've been to China.
Right.
You were in Seoul, Korea in '88 for the Olympics. You've been to Cuba.
Right.
And in fact, among your many exploits here, you're a National Geographic photographic contributor,
Right.
And you have even had an exhibit of your photos in Cuba. That's still standing here in Texas, I believe.
Not at this time.
Not at this time.
But it has traveled.
It has traveled
that
around.
exhibit was in Miami. It was also in Los Angeles, and it was also here in Texas.
So, you know, I've known a lot of smart people, and I'm not one to throw around the term Renaissance man, but knowing you as I have, I'm inspired to use the term Renaissance woman. You've been all around the world. You've been interested in all of these things medicinally, and you've brought all of that together in these products that I want to talk about, because they're fabulous products. They blow the doors off the competition.
Thank you.
The active ingredients compared to over-the-counter is incredible. Right. But then you still blow away the price points of even the over-counter stuff. Right. And then medicinally, as far as the active, how do you say that again?
The active ingredient
is 50% or more.
Correct.
Compared to your over-the-counter, which is brand names that I've worked for, like Oil of Olay. What other ones have we got here? Yves Saint Laurent Beauty, Verso Skincare, Chanel, Estee Lauder, all of these brands that everybody's familiar with. These are over-the-counter products that are regulated by the FDA.
Correct.
And by law, they can't have any more than 1, 2, or 3% active ingredient. You have 50% or more active ingredient, which is comparative to what you're going to find in a medical spa that you're going to pay hundreds of dollars for. And we're going to run through some of those price comparisons. The other thing that I love about this story, and you talk about it a little bit in one of your videos, but I kind of want to relate it myself, is as you're going around the globe and you're thinking about anti-aging medicine and you're thinking about what goes into real beauty, you're discovering in these little places these little local secrets. You know, the women of this island know that this little berry smudged under their eye takes out the wrinkles, right? And it's something that's indigenous and it's topical and it's only really known there, and only really, you know, the primary ingredient that you start to figure out, hey, this contributes to this. You start to source this information, you start to source these ingredients from all over the world. You're in America, you're working in medical spas in New York, now in Texas, and you start to put together a formula, and you work with chemists, and you source these ingredients. Once you know where you're pulling from all over the world, you source these ingredients from like Canada and UK and the States. Correct. And that's to avoid quality issues.
Correct.
You told me that nothing that you make is sourced from the Middle East or the Far East.
Correct.
And you work with a compounding pharmacy here in the States. Again, we're keeping the work here in the States as much as we can. And you've turned out 4 products that are going to cover everything in a beauty regime at a 50% or more active ingredient compared to a 1 to 2 to 3% active ingredient over the counter. This stuff is comparable to the medical spa brands and forgive me, I don't frequent medical spas too much, but we're talking about brands like Skin Medica, Skin Sutica, SkinCeutical, Obagi, also French brands that other people may be familiar with, such as La Mer, Shiseido. We're going to run down some of these pricings. Your eye serum here is a 15 milliliter bottle. It's a vitamin C eye serum. You're going to talk about that extensively in the videos. Yours sells on your website for $44.95.
Correct.
Some of the price points I have: SkinCeutica, $134. Yves Saint Laurent Beauty, I'm sure I'm pronouncing that wrong, $120. Verso Skincare, $80. Chanel and Estee Lauder come in about $60. La Prairie is $260. So your eye serum here for $45 is going to have 50% active ingredient as opposed to over-counter with 1 or 2 or 3% active ingredient. And comparing it to competition, $100 more in some cases.
But the difference is a lot of that you're paying for. You're paying for the advertising. You're paying for the packaging. My packaging is simple. It's clean, but it's also not real expensive.
Okay.
So, and because
I'm paying for product. I'm not paying for a supermodel up on a billboard. I'm not paying for all the cardboard. And it's still a great looking little bottle, right? Same kind of story on the phospholipid
moisturizer.
Okay, that's 30 milliliters. Which one's this? This one is $49.95. That's a $50 price point. If we look at Lancôme Regenerate, 100. Perricone, 100. La Prairie, 280 for a competing product. Skin Medica, a little bit more expensive at $56, and SkinCeutical at $60. Again, you beat everybody on the price point. You're stomping everybody's active ingredient on the over-the-counter.
Correct.
And you oversee this. You work with the compounding pharmacy. This is your formula and your design. And, you know, as you're going to see in the other videos, it's great for what you're going to do with it. Again, the hydrating cream for $94.95. That's a $95 price point. Okay. 3 Lab has a competing product at $140. La Prairie has a competing product at $180. Skin Medica, a competing product at $124. Again, you're beating all these price points. It looks fabulous. The active ingredient is such that you're just using a little bit and it's going to last longer. Facial cleanser is only $22. It's $21.95 on the website. Again, $42 at Skin Medica. La Prairie is $60 to $80. So you're beating everybody hands down. You're beating the over-the-counter stuff at 1 to 2 to 3% active ingredient with your 50% active ingredient. Anybody else who comes in and tries to match it at that 50% ingredient, the price is 2 to 3 times as much.
Right.
Okay. So then the other beautiful thing about this is you've reduced this whole regime down into 4 pieces.
Correct.
You don't have to buy a big 8-piece set for several $100s like some medical brands we could mention. You don't have to get anything that you don't want. You're not tying 2 products together. If you get this one, then you have to get that one.
Correct.
And we're also going to talk about, she's going to talk with her 3 patients in these other 3 videos about how you use them. But then the other thing that I thought was so great is you also make these available in a travel size.
Correct.
So that you can take it on the airplanes anywhere you want to go. And it's still such a good active ingredient and such an easy compound to use that even that little bit of that travel size is going to last you.
It'll take you up to 2 weeks.
Yeah, that is great. Well, I cannot wait for the ladies to come in, for you to show them how they're going to use the product, how they're going to benefit from it. And as a guy that just understands, you know, the technology and the basis and all that you've done, I can say, having worked for L'Oreal and having worked for these over-the-counter brands, I can tell you guys, this is a no-brainer. For this set, for $50, $100, for about $250, a little bit less with tax, you can get a whole set that's going to compare to $800 to $1,000 sets. It's going to be easier. It's going to be less of a headache. There's travel sizes available. If you don't know what to get your lady for Christmas or for the holidays, this is a no-brainer. You just absolutely cannot lose on this. And you ladies who know the names of these products that I'm talking about and know the values and know the prices that you're paying, you're going to be absolutely amazed to find out what this can do for you at a much better price, a much healthier product with a better active ingredient, and somebody behind it, you know, who really deserves to be supported. She's put, you know, a lifetime of a world's experience that we don't have into creating something that, you know, you would probably do for yourself if you had the means and the capability.
Absolutely. And it's simple.
It's simple. I like that. Well, we're going to say goodbye. Thanks very much for spending a little bit of time with me.
Thank you so much.
And I'm going to let the ladies come in and let you do your thing.
I look forward to it.
Thank you very much. My name is Matt Gilmore, and you can buy all of these products at tdmedicalspadallas.com. She's got them under the products page. Real easy. Shop right out. It's PayPal. It's secure. It's trusted. We'll get them shipped out to you for the holidays. Your ladies are going to love it, and ladies, you're going to thank yourselves when you get out from under all that over-the-counter stuff at a much higher price. Thanks very much again.
I appreciate it. Thank you.